So anyway, the purpose of today's video is to juxtaposition the cartoons that they're showing Star Wars kids, Leia slapping Luke around, and then the comic book where she punches Han and lays him out. And I'm going to juxtaposition these with pictures from the OT. So we have propaganda versus fact. See, the thing about it is Disney, Pablo, and the rest of you friggin' parasites, you can't change history. History is history, and we all know it. And we're not going away. But you are, okay? You are. So get ready. Here's the first pair. So I'm going to open this with a tweet by Pablo Hidalgo. You can read it and kind of get the idea that he's being a condescending dickhead and attacking the male fans. But it's not just the male fans that are pissed off about this basic trashing of Leia's character. Let's get into the cartoons. And you can see here the escape from Leia's cell. She's basically being very violent. The look on Luke's face, he's a bumbling idiot. I mean, look at him. It is truly ridiculous. Now we get to the swinging over the chasm. He's, of course, fumbling with the wire, and she shoves him up against the wall. And, of course, she swings both of them over, not the other way around. I want you to understand, this is not what happened in the movie. They're changing history. And we noticed. Look at where she hits him in the face. Why are they doing this? I don't understand. This is not Leia. This is not what a real woman, this is not what she would do. Now let's actually go to stills from the actual movie. There they are. They're trying to get away. Here's Luke firing at stormtroopers from across the chasm. He's got the wire. She gives him the kiss. Ew, you're kissing your brother. Gross. And, he gets him safely across. I can't believe it. Now to be honest, I don't want to know what this is about, but it's an 80-pound, 5'2" Leia laying out, hitting Han Solo, 6'1", about 165 pounds, laying him out flat on his ass, punching him in the mouth. Okay, Now, personally, I don't know what the comic book writers behind this thought they were doing, but it is not Leia and Han at all. Sure, they got into arguments. Sure, they were very passionate people. They're very strong-minded people. Now, you can look at it only one way. Verbal foreplay. Would she have laid a hand on him like that? No, because she wasn't abusive. All right, let's go to the real Leia. Let's talk about the argument that we witnessed on The Empire Strikes Back. Now, this is before there was any backstory, and all we know is that a bounty hunter showed up in a place called Ord Mantell, and basically shocked Han into reality that he had to go and fix his problem with Jabba. And, the background story is that Leia was put in danger. Han felt responsible. And to be honest, he was giving up on her. He'd spent 3 years with the Rebel Alliance, and not because he actually cared about them. He was committed to her. If you really look at, any of the textbooks that talk about that relationship, he was there because of her. And he was going to go off to pay off Jabba and probably never see her again. She follows him out, and, we know what happened. Let's go later in the movie. We see that there's a love affair going on, and there has been. Leia, they're both strong-minded people, and they both resent it. But when they get to Cloud City, and Han is tortured, and obviously she witnessed it. I don't think she was tortured. Her torture was having to watch what they were doing to him. And then, of course, we have the carbon freezing chamber scene where we're led to believe it's the first time she said, I love you to him. I don't think that's the truth. I think, actually, we don't know how long it took him to get to Bespin. But some people think it was 40 days. Some people think it was 70 days. But rest assured, they probably consummated their relationship. And lots of I love yous were being told. So what we're seeing is there's a lot of subtext to that I love you, I know scene. And of course, the failed attempt to rescue him before Boba Fett takes him away to Jabba. And then, of course, Leia shows up in the bounty hunter disguise and rescues Han, gets him out of the carbonite, at least. Here we see Leia not being the Leia from the cartoons. This is a better Leia. This is a stronger Leia. This is a Leia that looks, at what's happened to this man that she loves, who's rescued her several times, who's been there for her. And she is there for him now. She is the one that kind of takes the lead here. And they have been there for each other, and she's there for him. And it is a bond, and not just built on attraction, but mutual trust. I really wish they would have used this deleted scene. There she is leading him. He's still a little bit blind. Back to the Falcon. And of course, they fight side by side to get at the shield generator. He commits himself to rebellion. And in the end, we see Leia not just being this tough-minded leader, but this well-rounded, well-adjusted woman. So there you go. A woman who has grown up and become an adult with adult responsibilities and adult cares. In fact, she is so far from what we see in this cartoon and the comic books that it's 180 degrees. I mean, what we see in the comic books and in the cartoons is bitter, angry bitch. I mean, that's exactly what we see. And, this must be some feminists' sort of idea of what a strong woman is, but being physically abusive, being angry all the time, just being a bitch is not feminism. And to be honest, it's not what George Lucas set out to create when he created the character. It is not the Leia that we grew up with. It is not Leia at all. It is 180 degrees from where she ended up and who she was when we first meet her trying to escape from Vader. This is a wrong characterization, and it's insulting. And frankly, it's a lie, and they're selling this character that has existed for 40 years in our imaginations. It's very, very short. It's ugly. It's sad. It's pathetic. And you can't really rewrite history when it's there in your face. When we have the first 3 movies, the OT, right there. I mean, and the hundreds of books from the EU, the continuing growth of this character as into a mature adult leader. She became a Jedi. She was a great partner to her husband and was a great mother. So why change that? Isn't that kind of a message you want to give to girls? I don't know. But Disney, you need to stop. And the reason why you're going to need to stop is because people, in the long run, just don't like bitter, angry bitches. I mean, look what happened with The Last Jedi. No one liked any of those characters. I mean, no one liked Holdo. No one liked Rose. Nothing against the actresses that played those characters, but they were terrible. And of course, the 180 that Leia does, I don't even know who this was. I really, really don't. So Disney, you need to stop. You need to stop it now. Lucasfilm, you need to stop the excuses and attacking fans. We don't like what you're doing. You know we don't like what you're doing. So why don't you change? Because you're not helping yourselves at all. So anyway, that is kind of the juxtaposition of the silliness of the published and cartoon versions of Leia from, the Galaxy of Adventures and the comic book. And the fact that we know she wasn't like that. George Lucas didn't portray her like that. She was a much stronger woman in the OT and in the EU than she was than she has been in the Disney canon. I'm going to leave you guys with this. angry, bitter bitch does not make a woman strong. It makes a woman unattractive and an angry, bitter bitch. So anyway, this is Steph, swimming out, staring the galaxy, seeing around the cantina. Be sure to remember, tip those Wookiee bartenders 20%. Don't piss them off. Don't piss off the bouncers. Wookiees are hard to control. And I'll see you around the galaxy, and I'll see you around the cantina.